All right, everybody. So Dr. Parikh gave us the analogy of life as a pizza. And from Tuesday, you remember an analogy is what? Anybody who remembers the word analogy? Review from Tuesday.
Composition.
Say it again.
Two things, composition, teacher?
Not composition, but comparison. It's a comparison of two things.
Comparison.
Right. You got it. So yes, this idea that life is a pizza, Dr. Parikh gave it to us. So, and that's what we worked with yesterday for the assignment to do today. So, why is this not switching to the next page? Anyway, so let's work with that a little bit. If I go to the section where he says life is a pizza, he gives us the analogy. And right out, I'm going to review that section, and then I'm going to give everybody 3 questions. He says, we must face stress head on. What does he mean by facing stress head on? Then he says, life has various toppings. This is another analogy, but you will cook your pizza at one go. What does that mean? And then he says, your slices are your family, your friends, your children, your work, your physical, and your mental health and well-being. So let's really dig into that analogy that we're getting from Dr. Parikh. All right. So picking up where we left off, let's listen again.
Any place, any role, any profile, you ask them stress, they'll say yes. So what's the solution? I think the solution is to first accept the fact that stress is a normal part of everyday life. And to fight it, you have to accept it. Once you accept it, take it.
Oh, come on.
Or an old, it could be profile. Accept the fact that stress is a normal part of everyday life. And to fight it, you have to accept it. Once you accept it, take it head on. How do you take it head on? By understanding that life has various parameters. I've always compared life to a pizza. So imagine if you are to cook a pizza and you want various toppings on them, then you might put various toppings on your slices, but you'll still cook the whole pizza at one go. It's not that you will give more importance to one slice, less to another, the pizza goes for a toss. So now, if your life is a pizza, then you also have these subparts. Your slices are your family, your friends, your children, your work, your physical health, your mental well-being, your fun, your recreation, your creative needs. All of this put together makes your pizza. If you give all of it adequate time, adequate energy, balance it well, and then cook it at one go, that's how you fight stress. So from now on, treat life like a pizza and cook it to your taste.
So as a warm-up, let's really break down what we discussed last week. What does he mean by facing stress head on? Who can answer that question? Most of you here were here in the for Tuesday's class. What does he mean by facing it head on? That's a nice image, head on.
Teacher, it's like everybody can get, stress. So he explaining like when you get stress from any kind of your relationship or life, but you have to move on. You have to like solve these problems, or you have to like not getting stress on those kind of things. You have to move on your life and you have to solve it.
Okay, I think that's a good start. Can anyone else pick up where Noah left off? Yes, Gracie. Oh, you're muted.
He's talking about it's like confront face to face
Confront.
the
Beautiful.
stress.
Yeah.
You confront that you have to do something, you know, you
Yeah.
accept.
I love it. You gave us a synonym. It's almost like you took the phrase and put it in a thesaurus. Confront. To face head on is to confront. You're not going to run from it. You're going to say, all right, I got you. Come at me. Confront. Yeah, to confront it. And what Anila said, you have to accept it. It's not going away. You're not special. Everybody has stress. But then take it on. That's what he's arguing. Freitas.
I think teacher is the way you think about something is produced stress about your life, because that's analogy.
Yes.
Maybe try to you can think about you stress, because maybe I don't have a stress, I'm okay in my life. But when you think about that, you say, oh yes, I strength in that, you know. And I think that word is try, think about that, because you need to admit what is the stress in your life. Because I think or everybody has a stress, has something maybe produce stress by himself or yourself, you know. I think so.
Thank you, Freitas. Let's look at this number 2. He says, this is the second analogy. Life has various toppings, but you'll cook it at one go. Who can explain what that means? That's another analogy. What does that mean? Life has various toppings, but you have to cook it all at one go. What's he talking about there? Let's take a look. I'm just going to call a name randomly, and I hope you don't hate me, but I can live with it. I can handle this stress. I've been doing this for a while. Gluti, how you doing?
Good, thank you, teacher, and you?
Good, I'm great. What does he mean by life has various toppings? And I'm doing what he did with his hand. Life has many toppings. What's that all about?
I think it's the life have a different way, and every people have a different problem. For example, do you have a problem when your family or your friend and your work? This is different topic.
You got it. Perfect. So yeah, work, family, friends, all that stuff. Family, friends. That's what this is, the analogy means. So yeah. So you can think of, so everybody imagine toppings on a pizza. You could say my husband is like the smelly anchovies, or my wife is the spicy sausage, or I'm just kidding. And my kids are or that broccoli getting stuck in your teeth or whatever. Okay, life has various toppings. Okay, so yeah, family, work, friends, your interests, all these things, paying your bills, going on vacation, school, doing your homework. That's another topping, all that stuff. So yes, good job, Kluti. Last question, what does he mean when he says your slices are your family or friends, your children? And then he said, well, we kind of answered that already, I realized. But then he says, your friends, your children, your work, your physical health, your mental well-being. What is all this about? Your physical health and your mental well-being. Who can take that one? I see, Gracie, you look like you really want to say something. I know you should. Is it okay with, well, I should call on somebody else, but does anybody mind if I call on Gracie again? She's like, looks like she's going to explode. She's like, okay, go for it, Gracie. Yeah, go ahead. You can answer the next question. Oh, but you're muted. Go ahead. You got to unmute.
It's a kind of what what we are doing for our personal care, you know, it's you must be, you have to take care of yourself, your brain,
Yeah.
how you do you feel, your body is a kind of balance. It's a
You
kind of
got it.
balance that you need to confront the stress.
Exactly. And he uses the word balance. It says you have to, if you balance all these slices and all these toppings, you'll be able to handle your stress. If you only think about your work, you got a problem. If you only think about your family, you got a problem. If you only think about one slice of pizza or two slices of pizza, you got a problem. So you have to have that balance, and your physical health, your mental health, all that stuff is part of it. Yeah. So now what I've been waiting for, let's see some of these pizzas everybody made. And I'm going to leave these slides, go in, and I'm going to go into student work. So here we go. All right. So I see 11 of these have been turned in. Very exciting. And let's take a look at them. Let's take a look. Whoop. I'm going to go up to classwork. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, who would like to volunteer to share their pizza first? Let's, Frerites, you want to go first? I see your hand up. Okay, Frerites, we'll begin. And you get to choose who goes next. That's the best part. Here we go. All right. Very nice. Okay. Tell me everything. And Frerites, if you want, I will give you control of the computer. So if you want to start using the annotation skills, I can give you remote access. Would you like that?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now, I'm temporarily, you ever call tech support and somebody is taking control of your computer and moving the mouse for you? I'm going to let Frerites do that. So here we go, Frerites.
Can I go to the Google Classroom now?
Oh yeah, I'm in it. So you see what you see. We're looking at the pizza you made, and I'm going to give you remote control. Just to Frerites, I'm giving her remote control. There she is. Okay, so and then I'm going to take it back afterwards. But right now, you are hosting the class. Here we go. Okay, my hands are off, and you can move the mouse. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. Actually, hold on a second. I might actually have to open some system preferences for that. Oh, can you move the mouse now? Oh, hold on a second. All right, I'll show everybody how to do this on Zoom. Here we go. System preferences. Settings. Come on. Remote access, remote access, remote access. Da, 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 da. So this is, if you're ever hosting a Zoom class and you want to give somebody else remote access, this is how you do it. Remote, remote, remote.
Teacher, but I am inside in Google Classroom.
Oh no, you want to no, where are you? Do you see my screen?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, remote. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it says enable remote support. On screen sharing, multiple participants can share. Okay, this should be able to do it. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so going back to, there it is. Okay, now you should have remote access. Okay, there you go. Okay. Move your mouse, you should be able to move it. No, it still doesn't work.
Oh, let
Okay,
me see. Now,
are you moving it?
yes.
Okay, I'll play with this later. Don't worry about it. Anyway, just start talking.
Okay. Can I start, teacher?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes. Okay. My stress pizzas is the name. The stress
Sure,
pizza.
you can call it whatever you like.
Okay. Is, for example, teacher, when I use too much the social media, is a lot of stress because I think in little time you can get a lot of information, you know. And when you use the social media and you see different videos or information, my mind is very stressed, it's crazy. Even in the night I can't sleep well when I use too much my phone.
Right.
And family is when, for example, I don't know say that. Well, okay. When I pass too much time with my son or with my boyfriend, because staying in home, because you know I the women and the only woman, and I need to do everything here because I need to cook, I need to clean the house, I pick it up everything. For that reason, for me, is the stress. And sometimes in Christmas or in Thanksgiving, when I need to meet with my family too, because you know, you need to be perfect, because maybe the cousin or the uncle, the aunt ask a lot of questions for your life. And
holidays. Oh, yeah.
yes, and you don't feel well with that, you know, because maybe sometimes your life is not the best life. And I don't like clean my house. I don't like stay. I don't like that. I prefer stay outside, but I need to clean my house, because when I have a lot of mess in my house, I put a lot of stress too. But that reason I prefer clean my house all time, because I don't like the mess. And cooking, I don't like cooking. I prefer eat. And for when I made the holiday dinner, for example, Christmas, Thanksgiving, that is the stress for me too, because I don't like to cook. Religion too, because sometimes when you are when you belong a religion, somebody say a lot of things. What do you need to do, you know, or what you have to do. I don't like that, because for me it's most important the relation with God that you need to do, you know, because God is his change, his convince you, no the people. I don't like the religion too. And staying home for a long time, I don't like because I need to do every day, do something different. Some friends, because I have a lot of friends, they are very I don't know say that, I don't know if it's the same, but persistent or insistent, maybe you can talk with them and they call, and I don't like that. And sometimes some friend maybe only talk about negative things. I don't like that too, because I have my problem too. Maybe sometimes I can hurt somebody, but not all time the people say something negative. Oh, and says, I don't know say that in English, but you
No,
know.
you're right. It makes sense what you said. We understand.
Yes. And uncomfortable conversation, for example, conversation about religion, about politics, about the sport, or about
Yeah.
your life, about your privacy life. I don't like that. That is a
Mhm.
stress. And finish. It's too
All
much.
right, I forgot to put an arrow at cooking and cleaning. Well, quick question for ATs. Did you join Ashley's class yesterday?
Yes, teacher, I enjoy.
I was like, okay, good, because that's your, I feel like that's your escape.
But now I have the problem, teacher, because when I eat pizza, for me was something relaxed. Now, no. Now I think about my stress.
I ruined it for you.
Dramatic.
Oh no! Well, here's what you got to do. This is what you got to do. Oh, I just kicked something under my desk here. What you got to do is, you see, when you you get a slice of pizza, you think about.
Social media.
You think social media. You think about cleaning the house. You think about your boyfriend and your son. You think about the people at your church. You think about all these people that call you and talk about nothing. You'll be okay.
No.
You just eat it up. Eat it up. Face it head on, like Dr. Parik says. Face it head on. Take a big bite out of it. Yeah. Feel better?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you.
You're welcome. Oh, whoops, I gotta erase that. Very beautiful work, Rarities. I love it. And good use of the internet tools here. So perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so let's move on. Frerities, you can, I see Julia, you've got your hand up. Would you like to go next?
Yeah,
Okay, here we go. Julia, how do we pronounce your Ukrainian name? Yulia?
Yulia.
Yulia, just a H. Okay, so that's how you say Yulia. Okay, in read Cyrillic. And what's your last name?
It's very hard. Vorotnyuk.
Borotinuk. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Borotinuk, your turn. Take it away, my dear. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, there we go. Okay, looks like I have to download it. It's okay. There we go. Okay, here is Julia's. Very nice. What did you do to make this? This is nice.
It's special program for do anything, a slide or
Cool.
I don't know.
Like Google
It's
Slides,
like,
kind of. It's nice.
yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Oops, I see two people in the waiting room. Hang on a second. I'm gonna let my students in from the waiting room. Pardon me, Julia. Why can't I let these students in? Anyway, go ahead, Julia.
My stress pizza. The biggest part of my pizza is family and news, you see, because everyone knows there is trouble things happen in the world like right now. There is a war going in my country, so every morning I wake up and watching news. The trouble things happen during the night when I was sleeping. But another part, it's like I think it's normal because all people, all these things happen with every person. Cleaning and cooking, it's job at home. when you come at home from work tired and just want to rest, you need to you must to clean and do these things because it's waiting for you, and it's bringing stress, I think. If we talk about school and language barrier, I think it's also stressful for me because I moved on the 6th level very quickly, and all my classmates speak very well. It's so cool, but sometimes I'm very nervous when I talk, and when I nervous when I can to say something wrong or something someone to not understand me, and it's like nervous for me.
Oh, wait, hold on,
That's
hold on a second. Everyone I teach the upper levels and the 5 and 6 and some 3, everyone says the same thing. Class, please get, if you think that Yulia's English is excellent, please give a thumbs up emoji right now. Feel better?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You have the approval from the whole class, Yulia. Keep going. Keep going.
Thank you.
All right. Good work. Oh, was that it?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Fantastic. Excellent. Oh, and I see the watermark. So this is called Canva, this program. Is that it?
Yeah.
Canva. All right. Well, maybe we ought to check it out sometime. Thank you very much for showing us this. Beautiful work. Nice images. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll make an assignment using this Canva software. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so now let's see who is next. I believe Leonardo, you wanted to go next? I just see your hand up there.
Yes, teacher.
All right. Here we go. All right, so Yulia. Okay, Leonardo. All right. Tell us everything.
Okay, I make my street pizza about ingredients. My ingredients is like something that make me stressful. And the first is the base, it's a flour. I think it's 15% because I think the stressful time is about perception. I put 10% for tomato, that is about work. The problem that sometimes you work more than you have free time, and that is like stressful too. I use the basil, 30% is about the goals. The English, sometimes I feel like they make stress for me because sometimes I can't speak very well with the people, and that is terrible because everyone speaks English here, almost everyone. I put pineapple 50%. It's about the travels because now I can't go to another countries, just travel inside the United States. And cheese 5%. This is about bills because everyone needs to pay their regular bills.
Yeah. Very good. Sorry, I changed my shirt there. I wasn't guiding everyone with your pizza. This is excellent, an excellent sketch right here, and I love how you made a chart. Fantastic. I think a lot of people can relate to this. Let's hear from. Oh, we are making excellent time. Yeah, we can hear. Have a lot more students share. Who would like to? I'm just going to take a look at the video panel. Who would like to go next? Let's take a look. We have, so Leonardo, good work. So Leonardo, I am going to give you a lot of power. You are going to be dictator just for this moment. If no one volunteers, you can choose anybody you like. We have Monica, Bibiana, Clary, Cluti, Anila, Sandra, Shamara, Leticia, Gracie. Choose anybody you like. Or if anybody has not turned theirs in yet, you can use this time to turn yours in. Who would you like to choose?
I don't hear Monica's yet.
Monica. All right. Oh, wait, is Monica here? Let me just double check. Yes, Monica's here. Okay. Yes, and I saw you and Monica were both, were you both completing this yesterday when you joined Ashley?
Yes, I did.
Beautiful. All right. Okay, Monica, tell us everything.
Okay, my stress for pizza. My priority is the health from me and my children.
Mhm.
The most important thing is everything is clean, include the hair and the clothes and the house.
Mhm.
In the summertime, I enjoy for my children do exercise outside.
Mhm.
It's more healthy for the hair. Everybody enjoy the nature. Another thing is I try put my children in the bed on time. You know, for the another day for the school is more energy, but the problem is at the night he say, "Oh, I'm not tired, mommy," but another day is difficult for me because you know they want to stay in the bed. What else? Am I stressed for? Oh, another thing is I need do the cook, but I don't like. But I need do because when I pick up my children for the school, you know.
Mhm.
The another thing for the stress for me, yeah, and get out early too.
When you mean
That
get
is,
out early, you mean your kids getting out of school early?
yeah, because when I go the children the bed, I try 9 p.m. But when everything is what do you say, silent for me is my time. Maybe I spend time watching TV or you know, but I go for a sleep late. For another day, I need get up early for my children. But when they are sleeping, I do something for me because you know it's my time. It's my time. Yeah, my free time.
That's right.
Yeah, this is stressful for me. Yeah, I have to lie the children first and the me second.
Get them to sleep.
Yeah, teacher, this is my stress
Okay,
pizza.
and you mentioned laundry. Laundry has another slice.
Yeah, and I say include the everything is in the order, include the clothes in my house because it's hard, but it's very good when you stay in your home. Is everything is in order and clean. Yes, it's very nice. You feel it's good. It's the job, but and finally it's very good. You everything clean, everything in order. You know, for me,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I enjoy this. Yeah, I don't like the mask. Yeah, this is stressful for me. When I pick up my children for the school, she put everything, the uniform, the backpack, and everywhere. I need put everything in the you know in the closet because for me I see everything. For me it's stressful and see that this dairy. I don't know. Maybe
Are
I
your
have the
kids? Are your
problem.
kids at a charter school by chance?
And the what?
At a charter school? You mentioned the kids have a uniform for school.
Yeah, no, she's in the public school, but use the uniform.
Oh, they have.
Yeah,
They still have a uniform. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the big one is the big one is in the high school, but it use clothes, the normal clothes. But another one is the normal school, but they use uniform.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Monica.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. Let's see. Let's hear from at least, I think, two more before I introduce the next activity. Who is in the mood to share?
I, sir. Leticia.
Okay, that's perfect. Anila raised her hand, and who said I?
Leticia.
Letitia. Okay, so we're going to hear from Letitia and Anila before the break. All right. Letitia, here we go. Okay, looks like you wrote a book.
No, it's my.
It's okay. It's good. let me just take a look here. Let me scroll down. There we go.
This.
All right.
This is my stress pizza.
Oh my goodness.
That I put in the percentage the my stress in this.
Mm-hmm.
In my job, I love my job, but in holiday I hate because I work in restaurant and holiday is too busy,
Yeah.
and I stress in this time. And my coworker because I prepared and everybody yell at me can need something and it's generate stress. My
Mhm.
family because I am support for my family in my country.
Mhm.
It might improve English because I need to learn more reading, writing, talking, and drive car because I hate drive car. I bring very nervous when I drive. And the other is inflation because
Mhm.
all the price and design on higher price. I
Yes.
need to get other job because this is difficult situation in this
Yeah.
time. In my bigger slide is my immigration status
Mhm.
because I don't know what happened in the future when
Right.
this is my
Okay. This is excellent work. Very, 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 very good. I'm looking at the details. You went what we call above and beyond. You did a little bit more than this assignment required. And I'll say, I'm going to say, so I'm just going to give you a little extra, just post an extra comment right there. Excellent work, Letitia. Good to know. Oh, quick question, Letitia. Have you talked to Antonio about some of these things?
okay. Thank you.
So you have not?
Yes, we talk about that.
Okay. I will.
They give me information about my immigration status.
Okay, good. All right, just
Thank you.
checking. You're most welcome. And Anila. There we go. We're going to finish up with, we might even have time for one more. Anila. Here we are. Okay, it's asking me to download it. That's fine. Okay. Tell us everything.
My stress pizza is teacher. First of all, I am not like getting any stress or any, for the small things.
Hmm.
So I have like big stress in my life, like to stay away from my family, like they are in my country, so I'm missing them a lot when I'm
Yeah.
thinking about that. So always I'm, very depressed. And
Right.
especially for my mother health, she's a little bit, ill. So when I heard from someone she's getting, weak and weak, so that moment is for me very stressful and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And the other small things is I'm stressful for my kids' study
Mm-hmm.
and for their homework and everything. And The other thing is like, to speak English, it's a little bit stressful for me. So those
Right.
are my stress.
Yep. I believe that, well, quick question, Anila, after listening to your classmates' stories, how do you feel?
uh, Teacher, I want to give them like some advice if they
Okay.
don't mind. If you get like some like in life, there are, small things. So we don't have to take them like as a stress, because it's not good for our health. The stress is the big disease, if we can get stress for small things. So we can old like from early in our early age, and they give us a lot of disease. So like keep enjoying those things, whatever you are doing, like the kids caring, the cleaning, the cooking. That's why I'm doing everything enjoyable, and I feel like lightly hearted when I doing something like those kind of everyday life things. So that's what I want to say, everyone.
Okay. I think for about 10 seconds, you became everybody's mom just now. All right. Let's see. Let's shift here. Is there anyone who really wanted, I'm going to shift to the next activity. Is there anybody who really wanted to share but didn't get a chance to? Okay, so what I want to do right here is show everybody, just do a little Google Classroom tutorial. So everybody who turned in today's assignment, fantastic. Now you've got 3 more. One is due, when you're looking at these assignments, this is great. This is great practice for college, because you're going to get a syllabus that you read at the beginning of each semester. That's a list of all the assignments, and you have to manage your time. So stress, time management follows very well. All right, so we have one assignment here, and it says due January 25th. One assignment due tomorrow, and everybody did who did mine, excellent. Everybody who did not, please finish by today. So and then you have one due next week, January 25th. So in order to help everybody manage stress, when we look at all of these different assignments, which one should we pay after you finish today's assignment? Which one is the most important that we should look at?
Tomorrow.
Exactly. So there we go. So what's due tomorrow? And we've got the classic I Have a Dream speech assignment. Now, please, I saw some pictures on the WhatsApp group. Let's see, I know Leonardo was there. I think Sandra was there. It was a handful of there, but I think most people here were not able to make it yesterday. So those who were in class with Ashley yesterday, I'm going to ask you to take the lead in explaining what to do. All right. So there is the video of the I Have a Dream speech. You watched that in class. What is it that I'm going to ask just somebody who was in class yesterday, what is it exactly that Ashley asked everybody to do? Who can break it down? Leonardo, Freyatis, you were there. So leadership from somebody who was there yesterday. What is Ashley asking everyone to do?
Teacher, that say, please watch this famous speaker and write the reaction paragraph.
Mhm.
We need to do that.
Right. Now, did she clarify a word count, Google Doc? What did she, since you were in class yesterday, give us some more information besides what we're looking at right now? What did she ask you to do in class? That's what I'm asking. Because most people here right now were not in class yesterday. So you are those who were in class yesterday know more than everybody who was not. Please share.
We were watching the Martin Luther King video, and she talked about Rosa Parker, that she was the first woman that made something in the bus.
Okay, but my question is, what is she asking you to do?
Yeah, she just say, I will put something in the classroom, and you need to do, and that is she put.
So we need to give you, we need some specific directions. Is she asking you to write a 10-page paper? Is she asking you to write a 3,000 word paper? What does she want you to do?
She just say, I will put the homework in classroom.
Okay, well, this is it. This is the homework.
Yeah,
So
we
she said-
have to see the video. We have to see the video first and then write a paragraph. Well,
That's it.
what we think.
That's it. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. So excellent. Was that Claudia?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so that's exactly the information that everybody needs who was not in class with her yesterday. So write one paragraph. That's what she's asking you to do. Okay. Okay, great. Perfect. So write exactly one paragraph. All right. So does anybody need help attaching a Google Doc and writing a paragraph? I will go
Everybody
over
say
it.
yes.
Okay, so that's where I come in. Okay, so once you listen to the speech fully, she asks, what is the message? Why is it important? What is the message? Do you agree? That's what she's asking you to do, is to process the information. So,
Teacher,
yes.
I watched the speech, and for me, it's a little bit hard. There is a lot of, the difficult words. So it's a little bit hard. Can you just give us a little bit definition for the whole speech?
Well, I think that's what happened in class yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you some tools, some tricks. Here we go. So you remember when you are given a video to look at on your own, you can add the segregation. Always take a look at the subtitles. Now, make sure you
I was looking, teacher, but how can I add this?
Okay, excellent. Everybody go to CC right there, closed captions. Closed captions. Now, a lot of the speech needs to be put into context. So this is the March on Washington, just before President Lyndon Johnson signed the Civil Rights Bill. And he uses a lot of analogies. He talks about a bad check. That's not a literal check. He's saying a bad check when he's talking about rights as citizens, and he's talking about African Americans not receiving their full rights as US citizens. That's an analogy. And many parts of the speech, he speaks in metaphor, which are analogies. He's comparing one thing to the other. So those of you who had a chance to digest most of this yesterday, my favorite thing about the speech that most people don't know is Mahalia Jackson, a gospel singer, he actually was losing the audience's attention right about here. There is right about here. If you've been to Washington, D.C., it's actually a very hot and humid city in the summertime. And thousands of people are crammed in at the mall, right, just ahead of the White House. And people are really getting feisty. And he's got a very long prepared speech, which essentially illustrates the goals of the civil rights movement. And it's an academic speech. And people are tired, they're getting kind of frustrated, they want some motivation. The part of the speech that everybody remembers, he didn't plan to give that day. He actually, and it was his friend and the gospel singer Mahalia Jackson, who was about 10 feet away from him, who shouted, "Tell him about the dream, Martin." And then he goes, "I have a dream." And he was a Baptist preacher from the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Georgia, which has a tradition of a very charismatic type of speaking. So he essentially was sitting there. He essentially noticed that the audience was, if you look at all these people, they're getting feisty. They're getting a little bit annoyed because it sounds like a professor is lecturing them, which he was. He was a scholar. He was a thinker. He'd studied, he'd gone to India and studied the Satyagraha, and he had read Thoreau, and he had he had a theological education about many things, but he's talking to normal people who don't want to hear all this academic talk. And so it's really the first 12 minutes he's in school. He's speaking like a professor. And then the last 5 minutes he's in church. He's giving a very, very, very sophisticated speech, and people are getting annoyed. He's trying his hardest and people are getting annoyed. He's trying his hard. And if you read what he says, it's really beautiful, complicated writing, but people are standing there, they're hot, they're sweaty, they want entertainment. So he simplifies the message by giving this very simple sermon that he'd actually used in church weeks before. This is actually the reason why this is the part of the speech that everybody remembers. It's because it's not complicated and it's not controversial. Most of the speech is actually very political, very controversial, and that's the stuff that nobody really remembers because it forces you to use your brain. It's very easy to turn your brain off and just listen to "all men are created equal." Oh, that's nice. Sounds perfect. It's a very simplified, utopian, and fragmented part of a really complicated message from a very complicated person. So it's 11 o'clock right now. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to give, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to give everybody some supplementary material to help understand this speech and finish Ashley's assignment. Does that sound good? Some supplementary material to make it sound a little bit easier. Okay. Yes, everybody, 10-minute break. I'm going to set the stopwatch right now, and I'm going to post some supplementary material to help out everybody who couldn't make it yesterday. Okay. Okay, everyone, I'm setting the stopwatch. Okay. Okay, everyone, 10 minutes. I'll see you shortly. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, everyone. All right, please give me a thumbs up emoji to let me know you have returned. All right. So what I'm going to do before I introduce an assignment that I posted for next week, the 26th, which is what this background is for, I'm going to play a short explanation of why King went off script. Off script, which means he had a prepared speech. So I'll give you this image. He prepared a speech to read, but if anybody's ever given a speech in public, sometimes when you plan to do something, it doesn't always work out. The first 10 minutes of the speech that he prepared is very, very academic. He mentions a lot of political rivals by name. And it's like sitting down and listening to a long interview on the news. And people were hot and sweaty. They wanted something more emotional, more, they wanted something really that spoke more to the heart than to the mind, in a way. And he basically took his speech and just, threw it aside and then started just speaking. And that's where the reason it's called the I Have a Dream speech is because he actually went off script and just gave a sermon that he'd used in church because he was losing the audience entirely. So he planned on giving us a long, complex speech. The audience really was just kind of like, I don't know. And then when he gave this very emotional, more heartfelt speech with fewer direct political references, everybody, he was immortalized forever in the internationally. I've taught overseas and people learn the speech, but if you actually read it, it has to be put into context with the United States in the 1960s because of specific references, which are tough for foreigners to understand. So I'm going to play this video where interviewing people who were there, explaining why he went off script. And then I'm going to put everyone in breakout rooms to share their observations. But first, does everybody understand what I'm about to do? Nobody's walked away from their screen? Just checking? Okay, here we go. So here we go. So people who were there when it happened, their observations, why he had a planned speech and then cast it aside and just started speaking directly to the audience.
I have a dream. I have a dream that one day down in Alabama.
The speech really consisted of two parts. There's the written, prepared text of the speech, and there's that part of the speech which he speaks extemporaneously, was not contemplated by the original text. My role is that I had drafted, for Dr. King's use and consideration, a summary of ideas that we had talked about on at least 2 or 3 occasions prior to August 28th. So that I frequently hear people say that Dr. Jones crafted the I Have a Dream speech. That is not true. What I did simply was to draft the text, the wording of the first 7 paragraphs. I did not realize that they were going to be the first 7 paragraphs until I heard them. And then to that 7 initial opening paragraphs, he added his own paragraphs. And there came a point when, while he was reading from the text of the speech, a shout from his favorite gospel singer, Mahalia Jackson, who was on the podium, and she shouted to him, "Tell him about the dream, Martin. Tell him about the dream." I noticed when she shouts to him that he looks over at her in real time momentarily, but then he takes the text of the written speech that has been prepared and he slides it to the left side of the lectern, grabs the lectern, looks out on more than 250,000 people there assembled. And I turn to the person standing next to me, whoever that is, I can't remember I said, these people out there, they don't know it, but they're about ready to go to church. From there, after, the balance of the speech in real time was extemporaneously spoken and spontaneously spoken, so that that portion of the speech, which is most celebrated in this country and around the world, the I Have a Dream speech, that is not the speech that he planned to give.
I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
When I first heard Dr. King use the phrase, I have a dream, I thought it was very poetical and very creative. I thought it played up to his strengths as a orator, as someone who could speak and write images. In the book that I wrote, Behind the Dream, the making of the speech that transformed a nation, I say that I had seen Dr. King speak several times before. Never had I ever heard him speak that way as I heard him speak on Wednesday, August 28th. It was with such passion. It had such a timbre, a certain quality. In the book, I said it was like watching or capturing lightning in a bottle.
So that is Clarence B. Jones. I was one of the advisors and co-architects of the March on Washington. And he explains that the part of the speech that everybody remembers, he didn't plan to give on that day. And in particular, it was he uses two words that I know will be new words to everybody. He says, he said, there it is. So Mahalia Jackson, his friend, who was about 10 feet away, and they have a moment. Where is it? It's right. They just showed how close they were standing to one another in the photograph. Hold on a second. There it is. Okay, so there she is. Okay, does everybody see approximately the distance that they are from each other? Can everybody see that? So he comes with a prepared speech, and I put the text of the speech. The prepared speech is very academic. It's very political. It's kind of this list of demands for to change laws, to criminalize segregation. That's what the civil rights movement was at its core. But he's reading off paper, and people are not following it. And then, well, actually, my mistake. That's not Mahalia Jackson. That's not Mahalia Jackson. This is Mahalia Jackson. Glad I caught myself. That'd be embarrassing. There she is. They're both wearing similar hats. Oh my goodness. You can see how I made that mistake. I caught myself, slapped myself on the wrist there. That's in proximity. And you can tell she had just said something with the expression, how her mouth is creased there. So she's sitting really close, and he goes from holding, like looking down at the lectern or the podium right there. He's reading the speech, looks at the audience, reads, and it's very formal. He's a bit stiff, and he stops reading this prepared speech, and there's thousands of people listening. And as Clarence B. Jones said, and what he wrote in his book, Dr. King moves the speech to the side and then just looks directly at the audience and just kind of makes eye contact with thousands of people and really just starts speaking from the heart, giving this, where he says spontaneous, this word, and extemporaneous. These are new vocabulary words. Is anyone ever, extemporaneous means just like in the moment, and spontaneous means unplanned.
Mhm.
So he goes from, this event had been planned for, well over a year. It's really a lot to have thousands of people come for a political rally in front of the nation's capital. There's a lot that can go wrong. Can you imagine all these people? You're the star of the show. And he's, at this time, he was a very young man still. He was actually still late 20s, early 30s. And it wasn't before 1958 that anybody knew who he was. He got famous because of he was the public face of several of the bus boycott and several other events. He's a really young guy at this time. Thousands of people are looking at him, and I would be absolutely terrified. Thousands of people were looking at me, and I've got this prepared speech. And then he just says, all right, screw this. I'm just going to speak from my heart. That's a big risk to take. Why would he just throw away the prepared speech and just look directly at all these people and just speak from his heart and give this, message that his friend was saying, tell him about the dream, meaning, oh yeah, that idea I'd been working on before. Why would he do that? That seems like a big risk, but of course we know that's the only part of the speech that anybody remembers, and it's studied around the world. Why would he throw away the prepared speech? That's the question I want to ask everybody to discuss in a quick breakout room, very quick breakout room. He's got thousands of people looking at him. He's got a prepared speech, and then he just moves the speech to the side and says, okay, I'm just going to speak what's on my mind at this moment. And I'm going to look directly at the people and say what's on my mind. Why would you do that? So that's the question. Okay, breakout room time. Just a quick one. I want to get everybody talking to each other. Okay, join your breakout rooms now. Why would he throw out the prepared speech and speak from the heart? Why would he do that? Okay, go, breakout rooms.